in this video I'll cover what we call Spamzilla. Spamzilla is a proprietary spam checker that we've designed and created for Domain Ronin. We actually use it for our PBNHQ marketplace. It's something that we built for that originally, and it's worked so well for us and has made our marketplace successful, so we've actually implemented it into Domain Ronin because we know people are just going to love it. So what it is it's a combination of software spam checking, or what we refer to as automated spam checking, as well as a human element of spam checking. We believe that you can't provide good enough spam checking with just automated software. It's not possible to do. The main reason is you need someone eyeballing the archive or the Wayback Machine snapshots of the previous website to see if there's been any spam on there. So we've integrated that, both elements of that into Domain Ronin, and that's what I'm going to go over in this video and show you. So I'll just first go over the settings for Spamzilla. So if we just go to the settings tab at the top here, then you'll see that we're already on the Spamzilla tab. Spamzilla has its own API key that you'll need to get from us. There's a deactivate, or it'll swap to activate if you click on it, and vice versa. And what that actually does is that it means that you can move your Domain Ronin from one machine to another and take your API key with you, because the API key will actually be attached to the system that Domain Ronin's installed on. We've also implemented small features here. What this does is it limits the calls that go off to Spamzilla to retrieve data from. We need to do this because Spamzilla hooks into the various SEO APIs, and which we pay for. So there's credits, and quotas that we need to account for on that side. So we don't want every single domain that you find going off to Spamzilla. It just doesn't make sense. It's pointless, because it's just going to burn through our credits, and it's not going to be of any benefit to you as well. So these are just metrics, and obviously you can't go on metrics for all of your expired domain hunting, but what we've done is we've used a minimum transaction flow of 8 and a minimum referring domains of 5. So what this means is that when you have Spamzilla activated in crawler mode or in metrics mode, any domain that is found in crawler mode or that you've got in metrics mode that has a transaction flow of 8 or above, and also referring domains of 5 and above, it will send that domain off to Spamzilla to do the spam checking for you. And you can actually increase this if you like. If you don't really want to have domains that are getting spam checked for trust flow of 8. I mean, I normally put this up to around 15 to 20, and I'll probably put this up closer to 9 or 10. So it just means that you're limiting the amount of domains that are going off, and so forth. There's threads that are also integrated into the back end of Domain Ronin for Spamzilla. As we've said in previous videos, every tool within Domain Ronin has its own thread pool, and Spamzilla has its own thread pool as well. It only runs on 5 threads. We also need to limit it from getting servers and things that we've got running Spamzilla on from getting hammered, and also for our different API quotas that we have that we're providing to you guys. So it runs on 5 threads. You'll see that when you're running the crawler or metrics mode, you'll see the icons that are appearing, and there'll be 5 at a time. So you'll see down the bottom here all of these large list of languages. This relates to the languages that Spamzilla supports. In the back end of Domain Ronin, we've integrated a whole lot more languages, pretty much all the languages that are spoken in the world, but we didn't think it's really wise to have people checking and unchecking all of the languages that are available. So we've just got them in the back end, and they're sorted out for you. So we've just selected the most popular languages in the world, and you can use these checkboxes over here to enable and disable certain regions that are around the world. So you can see them being activated and deactivated as I'm selecting them. So what this is actually doing is there's 7 layers of spam checking that the automated side of Spamzilla does. It relates to the backlink anchors, or the anchor text, or the backlink text, whatever you want to call it, that relate to the backlinks of a domain. So for example, say you find an expired domain that's in the phishing niche, and you've got backlinks coming to the website, and the backlinks have anchored text, or the text in the backlinks say things like fishing rods, fishing reels, fishing guide, best places for fishing, and that type of thing. It's that text that goes off to Spamzilla that it does some some spam checking against a large bad word list and various other checks. One of the checks it does is it detects what language that is actually in, and if you don't have that language selected, the language that it's detected of your anchor text, then Domain Ronin or Spamzilla is going to mark that domain as being spam. So quite often you'll find that in a spammy expired domain there'll be anchor text that has either Chinese or Japanese text in it. It's just what's happened on the web. There's a whole lot of it, and it's something that you want to eradicate and get rid of before wasting your time actually looking through archive snapshots or anything to do with that domain. So we've automated that process. So this is really awesome, because this means that of all of the domains that you find that run through Spamzilla, pretty much I'd say 95% of them, they won't have the Chinese or Japanese anchor text spam, or even archive or Wayback Machine spam that you find quite often. So this means that you're spending less time doing spam checking, which is probably the most tedious part of finding expired domains. So this is why we can actually pump so many domains into our marketplace, is because we have features like this that we've integrated and we've been running in the back end for a long time now. So this is very handy. What it also does, Spamzilla, one of the other levels of spam checking that it does, quite similar to checking the anchor text for backlinks, it actually pulls in the text from archive snapshots. So we go off to the archive.org API, or the Wayback Machine API. We pull in the snapshots that relate to the domain, and we analyze the text from those, and we do the same thing. We check if there's any any text from any languages that we don't want to see, and if it matches the ones that we don't want to see, then it will mark it as spam. So quite often I will leave all languages selected, and there's a few that I will deselect. So the ones that you select, the ones that are ticked, are your approved ones that you will allow through. The ones that aren't ticked is what Spamzilla is going to mark as being spam for you automatically. So at this stage, these are the 2 that I'll have ticked at the moment. So that's it for configuring Spamzilla in the settings area. It's something that'll be brand new for you, so it might take you a little bit to get your head around, but it's once you do, it's pretty straightforward, and you probably won't need to actually change anything in here once you're happy with the settings that you have. Okay, so now we're going to start off a job, and we'll see what Spamzilla looks like in the front end of Domain Ronin when we're running a job. So I'm just going to run a metrics mode job, and I'll just disable page rank. We'll have Majestic data that will come in, and we'll just drop this as low as possible, just so that we get Spamzilla checking domains, and it's helpful for this video. Okay, so we'll just run the actual job now. I'm going to run a metrics mode job. I'll select the domains only checkbox. I'll add multiple domains from this batch here, and then we'll click start. Okay, so we can see that the job has started. I'll just filter by trust flow. And so these are the columns over here that we can see which relate to Spamzilla. It's the spam column, the language column, the links column, the titles column, and the snapshots column. So we've ran quite a few domains already. I'm just going to stop the job here just so that we can talk about what these different columns relate to and dig further into Spamzilla. I'll just click stop. I'll filter by the spam column because it will show us the domains that have already been checked. So there's different icons that I'll just explain as well. So as you can see, as I've hovered over this icon here, these have timed out. So that's all what this icon means. So there's been a timeout when it's tried to pull in data from Spamzilla. I think I've run this previously, and that's when that happened. You can actually right click or use the right mouse button, open up this this menu here, and you can select the send to Spamzilla option here, and it will try and pull in the data from Spamzilla again. Okay, so as we can see here, the icons that have a red X, these are domains, or this is the icon that's shown when a domain has been automatically marked as being spam or have spam related data in it that's been detected by Spamzilla. If you hover the mouse over that icon, it will actually show you a little bit of information there that describes what Spamzilla was able to find. So as we can see here, not allowed languages in archive titles. So the languages that we configured in the settings area, one of those has been, or one of the languages that isn't allowed, which it looks like here was Japanese. Yep, there we go, Japanese. It's not allowed, so Spamzilla has automatically marked that domain as being spam related. So that was in the not allowed languages in archive titles, which is actually this icon here. You can see from all of those funny squares at the bottom, which is something that we're working on, that relates to the Japanese text that was picked up. That was in the title tags from archive.org. If we have a look at the links here, the information that appears there, that's the backlink anchor text that's pulled in from Ahrefs API, and we can see that looks fairly clean, and that we've picked up both English and Japanese text. The backlink anchors are checked first, and it looks like that it was probably clear here. There's no bad words or bad languages in there, so then it's gone to archive.org and it's pulled in all the data from archive.org that relates to this domain, and it's found that there's been Japanese text in the archive.org data, so it's marked it as spam. So that's how that works. I'll quickly just go over another one. You can see where JA is listed, so that's the abbreviation for Japanese. Japanese, 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 Japanese. So you can see how many domains that you don't have to manually go and spam check because Spamzilla is just marking them as spam for you. You can easily eyeball it, and it just makes things so simple. It makes it so much easier to only be spam checking domains that, you know, maybe borderline spam or have another issue with them, but yeah, it eradicates a lot of spam that you won't have to deal with. We came up with this because we sell domains. We sell expired domains in our marketplace at pbnhq or domains.pbnhq.com. So we've been doing this for some time, and we needed to build a spam checker to be able to process a large volume of domains on daily, weekly and monthly basis. We process tens of millions of domains every month to find the best domains that we think are good for PBNs, and we populate them into the and sell them in our marketplace. So we've been using Spamzilla for quite a while, so we're really excited to get this in the product, to get this out to people, because we just think everyone's going to benefit from it, and you know, it'll just save you tons of time not having to do manual spam checking. So if I just go over another one here, woodlandrill.com, I think it is, trust flow 15, citation flow 23, it's got 26 referring domains, 43 external backlinks. Just on those stats, the ratio is, it's debatable, I guess, but just on those stats, yeah, it might be a decent domain. We can see here it's been marked as clean. The backlinks, yep, they look pretty clean. We go across, there's been 23 snapshots that we've grabbed from, or that we've analysed from archive.org. Anyone that's done spam checking before and used archive.org will know that you know, if you get a decent domain that's got quite a long history, so the domain, you know, might have been founded back in 2000, between 2000 and 2005, so it's, you know, maybe had over 10 years of history. Well, the amount of snapshots, you could have 10 snapshots per year, so you know, there's just a mountain of snapshots there and a mountain of data, but it might be the same page, you know, that's been snapshot through that time. So what we've done, we just grab a few from each year, and when we analyse those, we don't grab every single one, because it's just going to make Spamzilla even slower for processing. And we've found that through our fine tuning, that's the best spot to be with Spamzilla. So yeah, we can actually, it doesn't look like for some reason that there was title tags that was pulled in from archive.org. Sometimes that happens if just the domain name has been used as the title tag and there's no actual title tag text, you know, keywords or anything that have been populated into the title tag. Well, the title tag might have just been blank, so we couldn't actually pull that data in. So what I might do here is just actually select one where we can see that there's all of the data. Okay, I'll just go through a clean domain here. So we just selected this one. Looks like algorerules.com. Doesn't sound good already, but we'll go through it. It's TF trust flow 15, citation flow 20, 8 referring domains, 14 external backlinks. We've marked it, or Spamzilla has marked it as being clean. It's passed the checks, so there's 7 layers of checks that it does. It's passed through all of those. It's detected that English has been used throughout the backlinks and the snapshots from archive.org. We have a look at the backlink anchored text. Yeah, it looks like it's related to Al Gore. I mean, there's a lot of Al Gore anchor text there. The title tags all relate to Al Gore, and just hover over the little camera icon, we can see that there's been 32 snapshots that have been analysed. So if we just double click on that, okay, so this is what it looks like once you double click on that little camera icon. It opens up a local browser window with this template that we've created, HTML template. This is the second part, or the manual spam checking part of Spamzilla that we've created, and this is what we've created to try and make the final check on spam checking, make it as quick as possible for you. So you know, that you're not clicking through every single snapshot within archive.org. And you might have also noticed that archive.org is slow. For a long time, you know, I was just spam checking domains, and it would just take forever to spam check one, because half the time I'm just waiting for the archive snapshots to reload. So what we've got here, just starting from the top, we can see this is the domain that we opened from Domain Ronin. So this is the algorerules.com. we've got snapshots, metrics, backlinks, and waybacks, and other. So each one of those is a link that is an anchor link that just goes down to another part of the page. So it's just quick navigation for you. The first part is snapshots, which is automatically selected and it's at the top because it's probably the most important part. We've just got some boxes here that just show the trust flow, citation flow, root domains, and backlinks. So what you can see here, if you remember back in the Domain Ronin, it showed that there was 32 snapshots that have been analysed from archive.org. These are the snapshots along here. So what you can actually do is grab this scroll bar, quickly scroll to the right. From an easy eyeballing, we can see, okay, the site at the very start, this is what it looked like. It then changed to this format, okay, and you can then just grab the scroll bar, go zzz. It's still the same format here. Here it's changed. So you click on that and look, you can see that it's changed. And then click here and it's changed again. Yeah, it looks like spam. That's how quick it is to do your final check. So what we've actually done is we've got servers that run once one of your domains is sent off to Spamzilla. We have servers that are running software that go off to archive and actually grabs the snapshots and takes its own snapshots, and we host them ourselves. So you don't have to wait for all of the loading to occur from archive.org. We've got the snapshots and they actually get stored via a system that we've created with including Amazon, and it just makes it quicker for looking at those. If you want to have a look at the other metrics that relate to the domain within this part of Spamzilla, you can click on metrics and it will take you down here. There's no domain authority or page authority showing for this domain because we didn't have Moz data enabled back in Domain Ronin, but if it was enabled it would also appear here. So this just gives you a quick overview. If you go down further, so these are the same anchor text backlinks that were pulled in from Ahrefs, and it's the same ones that were seen back in Domain Ronin when we're hovering over the little icon. Same with the wayback data here. This is the title tags from the different wayback snapshots that we've collected. If you scroll down a bit further, this is from Majestic SEO, so we can just see in relation to the external backlinks the trust flow and citation flow, and this is the chart or the graph that relates to it. You can see the little dots here that relate to the backlinks. That's something you get when you're analysing a domain on Majestic SEO. If you scroll down a bit further, we've got a few more graphs that come from Majestic SEO. Okay. At the bottom here, this is one a word count, archive word count chart that we've created ourselves. So this is quite a good example. What we recognised was that people were building PBNs back 2009, 2010, probably up to 2000 and well, even to today, I guess. So what people are doing is, you know, the idea was that you need to have your backlink from your PBN back to your money site within a block of text, and generally the text would be you know, 500 words or something like this. It would be an article on a WordPress site. So what people were also doing was they were selling backlinks, and so you would have a WordPress site. It would have, say, 10 posts that would be on the home page, and each post would have 500 words or so. So what we can see in this example is the word count over time has been around 143 words, and all of a sudden, bang, it's just jumped up here. There's been all this text that's been added to the site. So that's also another example of, you know, a form of spam, because you don't want to be picking up expired domains that have previously been used as a PBN domain that someone else has converted into a PBN domain. The reason is because it's probably been hit by Google by a penalty at some stage and being de-indexed, and if you purchase it you might not be able to index it again. There are times when you can re-index them, but with the mountain of domains that are available out there for you to pick up, you may as well move on to the next one. It's just not worth the time of spending the money and trying to index it and having a headache there, or having a potential penalty already on the domain. Down the bottom here is the social signals. We go off to another API and we pick up the social signals that relate to this Al Gore, or in this example is algorerules.com. There was looks like no social signals that were picked up for this actual domain. Not a real big factor that you need to worry about too much, but some people do like to use expired domains for their money sites, so they may want to find domains that have social signals already pointing to them, because it just gives them a bit more authority. So you can click on this button down here and it'll take you back up to the top. So that's it. That's the second. There's sort of two elements, as I was explaining, two elements around Spamzilla. There's the automated element that Domain Ronin will do for you on the fly. So as you're crawling with Domain Ronin, with Spamzilla enabled, your domains will be spam checked on the fly as you're crawling. So quite often, or quite a lot of our competitors within this niche, or within the spam checking or the domain finding software, quite a few of the competitors, they'll just be checking the backlinks for certain things, but I'm fairly sure most of them won't have implemented something on this nature. So it works for us, and so we can't see why it will not work for others. It's been a massive benefit for us. It's probably been it's probably given us a bit of an advantage when selling expired domains. So that's it. It's we think it's really cool. You don't need to go and use multiple tools. I mean, previously, you would have your crawler and you'd be checking metrics over here, and then you'd be going off to archive or snapshots.com, and you'd be analysing the old history of a website. And you'll be putting all of this into a spreadsheet and all of this kind of thing, and it just ends up being a mess. You've just got data absolutely all over the place. So if you're trying to sell domains, that makes it quite difficult to try and manage everything, as well as managing all your clients and this type of thing. Take it from us, we've been doing it for a few years now, and this is where we got our fine-tuning down to this point with Spamzilla. So I'm pretty sure you're going to love it. If you've got any ideas to add to it, we want to keep adding to it as it grows, so it just benefits everyone. So any ideas, any questions, anything like that, just send them through to us. We'll take it on board, and we'll try and get them implemented. Yep, quite a long video. Wanted to try and cover as much as we could related to Spamzilla, because it's our sort of cornerstone product, and it's what we really love. So anyway, hope you like it, and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you.